Oh my gosh, it's finally happening. I'm gonna finally get the final rank inside of Anime Fighter Simulator. I am actually so happy right now. I have been trying to get this for so long. There's a lot of AFKing, not like true grinding. This has been AFKing like daily, but we're finally there. And I have the experience to actually go in and get it. But I just know for a fact, as soon as I get this rank, like the next week, they're gonna add like another like 8 ranks for us to go through. I know it's gonna happen. But let's go ahead, and I want to get the rank, and I also want to give some tips on how you can raise your experience inside this game, because I found a couple really good ways to do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and explain that, but like the most basic way to get experience is by going into the time chamber and AFKing the time god. If you have Magnet, it's a lot easier, but you can just AFK here, and you get tons of experience overnight. So if you can AFK overnight, or you're not playing for a bit, just go ahead and AFK and you should be good to get lots of experience and have like a full team of units. You can also get tons of fruit, which is also pretty helpful. You need fruit for like basically everything. Another way to get experience is by going into the challenge hub and doing time trials, and you get yourselves tons of shards from the medium, greater and ultimate time trials from the chest. You get tons of shards, you get tons of time trial shards, and you can use all of these for experience. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that because there's a bunch of other things you can use these shards for, like trying to get yourselves lucky 3s, get your luck team up. You can use it to try to get time lords, even though they're super rare. You never know, you could get one from these shards. I could totally have a time lord hidden amongst these shards, technically. But like for time trial shards, you can use the experience. Every single one shard is 1 experience, and the same goes for items you can buy with the shards. So like you can buy a defense token for 400 shards and use those instead. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. What I would recommend doing is you should run through these and get 1,000, and you should go over here and you should buy yourself a dungeon token and run the dungeon. Because running a dungeon can give you about like, I'm gonna fill a number. It can give you like 500 mythical fruit, and each one sells for 12. So just the base mythical fruit for 1,000 time trial shards for basically 1,000 experience. You can make that into like 6,000 experience from the mythical fruit. You can also get yourselves like a ton of other items too. Like you can get yourselves boosts, you can get yourself shards of whatever world you choose, you can get these fragments, you can also get potentially shiny potions and other cool things too, which is kind of exciting. I'll go ahead and run one in a second to show you how many I get. But keep in mind, if you do use fruit for experience, head over to the empty dimension, and trust me, this is worth it. Go over to the reverse fusion and break down them to the basic fruit, because 1 mythical fruit normally sells for 12, but if you break it down, it's like 1 mythical fruit into 5 legendaries, and those 5 legendaries into 5 basics, you get 25 experience. So you basically over double your experience by breaking them down. It does take quite a while. If you have like 1,000 of these, it takes you about like 30-40 minutes of auto clicking to break down all the fruit into experience. But it's worth it because this 30 minutes doubles the amount of experience you would get otherwise. So I would do that if I was you. But let me go ahead, let me get my auto clicker out, let me select it to 0 seconds, and let's just claim all of these so that way we can get ourselves all the way up to the question mark rank. And look at the icons jump around. That's so cursed. Here we go. We are less than 1,000 away, and we're gonna get this like any second now. I'm actually so excited about this. And let's see, any second, and there we go. We hit the question mark rank. We leveled up. That is amazing. So now we have access to the question mark rank, which the rewards aren't as good as they used to be, but either way, it's just kind of cool that I managed to do it. That is, looks so nice in the chat. Also, just so you know, another you can also break down is you can break down these defense tokens, because who's gonna use 37 defense tokens? I know I'm not gonna use 37 defense tokens, so you can use those instead for player experience. That's another cool alternative you can do. That's from a couple runs, but that's about, how many is that? That's like 14,000 experience. So this is actually really good for experience too, just from the dungeon and challenge hub. But let's go ahead. Now that we did that, I need to go to all the worlds and claim my units real quick. They've been incubating for the past couple days, and their levels are so high. I want to see all my damages in a second. The new incubators are so nice. I'm like how they use the experience boost now. It is so strong. All right, here is my main team, and let's see their damages. 161 level off, 120, 100, 198. I need to put this one in once this one is done. But oh my gosh, these damages are amazing. I am also going to test by throwing these 2 in there also to compare the damages to the limitless glass. Because I have a feeling it might be slightly weaker than this one or this one. I'm not quite sure though. I do still want to max this one out, though, because the Draconic is super nice, and so is the Time Lord. But oh my gosh, team's looking so good. What's my DPC? 150. Wow, okay. Yeah, we're doing quite well. I need to get my Leader 3s done. But let's go ahead. Let's head over to the challenge hub. I already have the ticket. And let's go ahead and do a dungeon. I'm going to show you how much we get from it. Oh yeah, also something you should keep in mind is when you're doing these, make sure you have a Draconic team of full Draconics, and it really helps if you have an extra unit that's really strong like this one right here for these chests, because you can get more rewards from a Draconic team than if you just use like your normal damage team. So keep that in mind. Same goes for the time trials also. Having a Draconic team makes you get so many more shards. Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty decent set. 60 of these fruits. That's very nice. That already from that one chest is 1,500 experience. And there's still 2 more loot rooms for me to find. That is amazing. And also the final loot room from the boss too, which drops a lot more fruit. Yeah, we have a lot more experience to get. Here's the second loot room. Also only 1 chest, which is pretty disappointing, but it's still better than nothing. And this one should also give something pretty decent. We got ourselves another 62 fruit, 16 secrets, and 2 divines. Okay, yeah, that is going to be a lot more experience. Here's the third loot room that has 3 chests. Okay, yeah, this is going to be good. This is what I was waiting for. All right, here we go. First chest, we got ourselves quite a bit. Look at all those rewards. Second chest, and another good set. And the third chest, and look at all those. Okay, we're getting quite a bit of fruit from this. Now, there is more rooms for us to go to. I'm going to go ahead and do it because there is a chance that there's a 4th loot room. And hopefully there is, because having a 4th one is really lucky. Okay, there is. There's like a couple rooms down here. So now that we got all the loot rooms done, let's go ahead and do the boss. So that way we get the last loot room, which is even better than the other ones. But there you go, boss is dead, and that didn't take too long. So let's go ahead and let's claim these final 4 chests and hopefully get something pretty decent out of these. So first chest, and we got ourselves quite a bit of fruit. Second chest, and even more fruit. Nice, we even got ourselves a defense token. Third chest, and also pretty good. And for the final one, not bad. So that is every single piece of loot out of this room. Let's see how much we actually got. Okay, so from 1 run, we got ourselves 490 mythical fruit. We got ourselves 105 secrets, 26 divines, and 1 defense token. That's kind of low end on that one. Here we go. Keep in mind, this is only from 1 dungeon. This is 1 day's of work. Just for like 30 minutes of work, basically, at most. So from 1,000 time trial shards for a dungeon token, I got myself 12,250 experience from the mythical fruit if I broke them all down. Also an extra 400 from this too, which is nice. You don't have to use these though if you don't want to. Also, if you really wanted to, you can break down your secret fruit for a total of another 13,000 experience with a secret fruit from that 1 round. And if you really, really wanted to, though I wouldn't recommend it because it's quite valuable, you can break down all your divines you got that round, which I got myself 26 for 16,250 experience. So I'm just saying, you can get yourselves a ton of experience from the dungeon if you did not mind breaking down all the fruit. Because I technically got myself like 42,000 experience from that 1 round in 30 minutes. So I'm just saying, if you wanted to do that, it is a viable option for experience. You can literally do it once a day also. Now, I wouldn't recommend breaking down a secret or divines. If you really want to try to turn these into experience, you can probably try to trade them for more items. Like, you can try to trade these for like these shards to try to break these down for more experience, but I'm not going to do the math for that because I don't really care. And it's entirely up to you, to be honest. Also, don't break down shiny potions if you get these. These are worth more if you just use them, trust me. Or trade it for other things. Don't break these down for experience, please. I've seen people do it. It's so sad. But yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful. I am so glad I finally hit the question mark rank. That took quite a bit of time. I totally could have done it faster if I really tried. But I was lazy and just wanted to AFK it, so, you know.